Right, everyone. Welcome this afternoon to GT 100 Real Sports Talk. We keep it 100 here. You see on the screen my sports partner, James Johnson. What's up, James?
Going on, Gabe? What's
What's
going on?
going on, man? What's going on? We're coming
Talk
on.
about it. Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir. So our apologies. We had some things we had to do on Monday and Tuesday, unable to come on, but we're here Wednesday, scheduled to be back for Thursday. I don't know about Friday, 4th of July. We'll see how things go. Holidays, I usually don't come on, but if James wants to, we can come on. If not, we won't be on Friday and Monday. I'll leave it all up on the shoulders of James. If he says let's roll on Friday, we roll. If not, we'll be back on Monday. James, let's talk NBA, man. I mean, that's where all the noise is. I've been kind of looking at the NFL, not too much going on in the NFL. Training camps coming up late in a couple of weeks, so not much movement going on there. It'll pick up here in a couple of weeks. WNBA, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But most of the hot stuff brewing is the NBA and all these players that are moving. Let's start with today's big news. The New York Knicks, um, Coach Brown, Mike Brown, going to the Knicks. We know that you were not a fan of Thibodeau. I remember you telling me you wanted him out. You thought he wasn't good for the Knicks. So they do listen to you and they boot him out. Now they hire Mike Brown. Want to get your thoughts. What do you think about this hire the Knicks just did today?
Mike Brown, he's a good coach. He had a good record with Cleveland. He's been an assistant coach. He won NBA titles as assistant coach with the Spurs and the Warriors. He was coach of the year in Cleveland. He was coach of the year in Sacramento. But even though, in Sacramento, they always wanted their own to coach their team, which is Doug Christie. Shout out to Doug Christie. That's the homeboy from Washington State, Seattle, Washington. Shout out to Doug Christie.
Hmm.
Feel as though Mike Brown should have had another chance in Sacramento. They traded away Halliburton. They traded away Fox. What did you expect? You traded away all the power. But I feel like being in New York, it could be a perfect fit for him because he got the type of players that he wants.
Mm.
He got the type of players that he wants. I think the New York Knicks are going to get a great player in Mike Brown. I feel like I'm going on a limb. I think he can probably get coach of the year with that team he has in New York. It's way better than the teams he had in Cleveland and the teams he had in Sacramento. He has a lot of talent in New York, and I look for him to get coach of the year this year, Gabe. I really do.
Well, he's got everyone coming back. I think they're top six, seven players, right? Everyone signed back. No one left. I haven't read anything on the Knicks losing anybody. So they were in the Eastern Conference finals. So they did pretty good last year. You talked about Brown's resume. He's a champion as a champion coach, as an assistant. He's been under Carlisle. I think he's been under Pop. So I mean, he's seen some of the best coaches. He's learned from the best coaches. There's
Steve,
no,
you been to Steve Kerr?
yeah, yeah. Um, I think I read up online. I was reading up some stuff this afternoon online, and the Nick fans love the hire. I haven't heard anybody dog the hire, right? Like they're excited with this guy. They feel like, offensively, he's going to hold them accountable. I know Tibbs did the same thing, but I think offensively, new voice. They like the way he can offensively get these guys going. This is a team that can score the ball. They can put the ball in the hoop. That's what they are. That when they assembled this team, right? That's their strength. I think is we put the ball in the bucket. And I think James with Halliburton out. Look, this hire with Mike Brown is good at this time because Halliburton, Indiana is not going to be as tough, and we're going to get into Miles Turner and him leaving Indiana. But with him gone now, Halliburton, those two guys won't be back next year. With Jason Tatum out and Boston already, Drew Holiday gone, Porzingis gone. I think Al Horford may be gone as well. And who else? We're not sure who else will go with Dame Lillard in Milwaukee. Now this is open for New York and Cleveland. I mean, you and I have talked about this. Do you feel, would you go out on a limb now that you know that most of these players are going to be back from New York? Now you know we got their coach. We know who their coach is going to be. Would you go out on a limb today to say they will be in the NBA Finals next year? for the East?
Well, with the team that New York got, me honestly, personally, I feel they have a better team than the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Mm.
Had a coach, the coach. Like I told you, Tom Thibodeau, I never liked him.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked Tom Thibodeau. You're not a winner. You was a winner as assistant coach, but you never been a winner as a head coach. They got a head coach that can relate to that generation of players. Thibodeau was from the old school. Mike Brown can relate to those players better than Thibodeau could. So I feel like it's going to be between Cleveland and the New York Knicks who goes to the NBA Finals from the East.
I think so. I would agree. And you were right. I heard talk shows today talk about uh, you know, Tibbs plays 90 basketball. You know, if you look at it, it's ball that was played in the 90s, right? Which you were in 2025, long time ago, right? So it doesn't work in 2025. And so that's a good point, right? Because other people feel the same thing. Just the way he plays wasn't going to win him a championship this year or in this, 2025, 26, 27, where Mike Brown, he's coached some elite players. I think he's coached LeBron. I think Kobe, I heard. And so he's been around, and I think he can relate a lot to these basketball players. Look, I think in my opinion, coming in, I mean, I do agree with you. I think it's going to be between Cleveland and New York to represent the East next year. Detroit's still a little ways off, but I think they're coming up. I don't think Orlando's ready. Philadelphia, not sure what they're going to do with the injuries of Joel Embiid and Paul George. So I do agree that it is between the Knicks and Cleveland. Right now, we're saying that, and we're still way off from the season, but that's what we feel. We both agree on that. But do you feel, James, that there's pressure on Brown to come right away and win? I mean, this team last year was pretty close to getting to the finals. So coming in now, I don't feel like there's any room for Brown. If he doesn't get back up there, he's going to hear the rumblings. Although I do think he'll get there. Do you think there's a lot of pressure on him in year one to get them to the finals, or at least back to where Tibbs had them?
No, I really don't feel like it's no pressure on him. You got to get a young fella, man, a couple years, to build a foundation with the Knicks. You got to give him a couple years. I feel like next year they have a good chance to make it to the finals. If they do, that'll be great for Mike Brown. There'll be something to build on. But I think give him a couple years with the team that he has right now, with Cat Williams and Big Body Bronson, Mikal Bridges. I feel get him a couple years to get used to his system. And I think they will be in the Eastern Conference Finals and possibly in the NBA Finals with the team that they have. Because they got a great team.
Yeah, they do. Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb. You guys are gonna see this. He's not gonna get fired for sure. I mean, it doesn't matter what. He's gonna have an opportunity to build this team. So no matter how it goes, he'll be back for year two at least. But I will say this: in my opinion, I think he does need to at least get back to where Tibbs. Anything outside of the Eastern Conference, I think you could start hearing some rumblings. Okay, what's going on here? I think he at least has to get there. But I think he will, James. I'm going to go on a limb because I just don't see how he does it. This team is really good. Unless there's some major injuries, if this team stays healthy, I think he'll get back there. And I think he's got a good opportunity to get past Cleveland to get to the finals. But I think Coach Mike Brown at least needs to get the Knicks back to where Tibbs had them. So there's not that much talking. But we shall see what happens with the New York Knicks. But you heard me here.
Feel that he needs to get them where Tibbs was. Because look how long it took Tibbs to get New York to that plateau. He was a Knicks coach for 7 years?
Right.
7 years to get to that plateau, to even get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think if he don't get there this year, I don't look at it as a failure. Just give him time to build his team.
Yeah.
He has to build his team the way he want to build his team, not Thibodeau's team. He had to build his team and let the players know what he expects of them. If they get there this year, that'd be fine. If they don't, okay. Still got next year. He'll be there in the next couple of years.
You think those Knicks fans will wait an extra year? They know what they've got there. They're man, those Knicks don't wait around.
Wait 7 years of Thibodeau.
All right. I think he's got to get him there now. We shall see. James and I will continue to talk about this as we move and as we see this team in the NBA approaches. Like I said, I feel James feels that he's got time. I think he does too. But those New York fans, they've already gotten a taste of getting to that NBA Finals, and I think they're going to expect Mike Brown to say, "Hey, look, buddy, you got to get in there." I mean, you've been an assistant, you know how it's done. We ain't gonna give you a chance. That's just my opinion. Let's get there. Let's get there. The Knicks fans don't have too much patience. They've been waiting for so long, right? Spike Lee and all those guys, Stephen A. They want those New York Knicks up in the finals, and they know that they have a team now that can get them there. So anything outside of not getting back to the Eastern Conference, I agree with you. He'll be back and he'll do it in year 2 or 3. But man, there's going to be some talking. I think we shall see what happens, though.
We definitely shall see.
Let's get to the Bucks. Another hot topic, James.
Bucks are the new Minnesota Timberwolves. Nobody want to go there.
What was that?
The Bucks are the new Minnesota Timberwolves. You remember back in the day, didn't nobody want to go play for the Minnesota Timberwolves?
I know. So let's break this down with everything that's going on. First of all, Dame Lillard. So they decided, okay, he's not going to be ready next year. So they extend this 113 million, whatever was owed to him, over 5 years. So they're going to be paying him 20-something million for the next 5 years, which really hurts them a little. Your thoughts on the decision to do that to one of the best players to ever play in the NBA?
Dame didn't want to be in Milwaukee anyway. He didn't want to be in Milwaukee.
True.
Who wants to go to Milwaukee? What's in Milwaukee? Nothing.
True.
The Bucks. And what's their baseball team? The Brewers. Who wants to go to Milwaukee? Dame is from the city. He's a city kid. He don't want to go to Milwaukee. He want to go there. So he's super happy that they waived him. And he still get his money and he get to pick and choose where he want to go as a player and finish his career and chase an NBA championship. I'm so happy for Dame Dollar. I'm happy for him. You gone from purgatory. Milwaukee is purgatory.
Now, he got his money, so he'll sit out next year. Where do you think? Because he can go wherever he wants. I mean, he can go wherever he wants. I'm assuming he's going to go to a team that is real close to winning a championship because he wants to win. Where early on do you see him thinking? Where do you see him saying, I see him going after next year and he gets healthy to this team?
Not Portland Trailblazers. No. Not the LA Lakers.
No.
The best place I see Dame Dollar going that can take his team over the top is the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay.
Him, Anthony Edwards, and the rest of that, Julius Randle, that'd be a great fit for Dame Dollar. Get rid of Michael Conley. You've been washed up 4 years. That's why the Jazz traded you. Your best years, Michael Conley, was in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Get Dame Dollar next to Anthony Edwards. They have a chance to do something special. Something special.
So he don't go to New York or Miami?
No. Why you gonna go to Miami? What they got?
They ain't got much.
Bam. Adebayo, they ain't got nothing.
That's
Your
true.
best bet, if you want to win a championship, is to go to Minnesota with the young talent they have in Minnesota. If Dame Dollar go to Minnesota, they go into the NBA Finals.
Oh man, that's a strong statement right there. You're hearing it right here from James. You're hearing it right here on GT 100. We talk real. You're stating you see he goes there. You're saying they got a really good chance to surpass Dallas, to surpass Houston, because Kevin Durant will be there, or to surpass SGA.
I do.
Woo!
All Anthony Edwards needed was a scoring partner. He didn't have that. With Dame, you put Dame and Anthony Edwards in the backcourt. Come on, man.
I can't say they won't compete. I wouldn't have them as my favorites, but I do see what you're saying. Anthony Edwards does need another guy that can light it up because he can light it up. I mean, we all know that we've seen him play. So I definitely agree that yes, I think they definitely become dangerous, and that might be somewhere he's looking at now because if he goes to Miami, he's really not getting a championship. And I think Dame at this stage of his career, he's made a lot of money, right? He's still making a ton of money. He's going to make over 100 million here just sitting around, right? I think it's he needs to go to a team that he feels he can help get to that championship level. Obviously, Minnesota fits that. They just what they have Julius Randle there. They just signed him to a longer contract. So those guys aren't going anywhere. So if he
Yeah.
decides to show
Nas,
up there,
Nas Reed,
not
they signed him. You know, Gabe, I'm going. I'm gonna let you. I'm going out on a limb. You know, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their championship because just like Toronto Raptors did
mm-hmm.
because of injuries. If Aaron Gordon wouldn't have got hurt in Game 7 against Oklahoma, Oklahoma would not have beat the Denver Nuggets. Aaron Gordon got hurt; he couldn't play, so they won.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
played Indiana in Game 7. Tyrese Halliburton was going off. He get hurt. The team's best player get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So you won just like Toronto won. And what has Toronto won since then? They won when Golden State players got hurt. They haven't won nothing since. That's how I feel about the Oklahoma City Thunder. Y'all won a championship off injuries.
True. Now their best player did leave Toronto, so without Kawhi, they weren't going to win. But I don't think they would have won had Kawhi stayed there anyway. I think they were a one and done. I mean, Van Vliet was young and they were good that year, and there were some injuries. But you're right. I don't think they can repeat that. That didn't seem like a team that could go to like a dynasty, right? Like they could win another one. And I think Kawhi knew that as well, right? So he ended up leaving. OKC, I don't know. They have a lot of draft picks. They can continue to be competitive for the next 5 to 6 years. SGA is not going anywhere. I mean, he's the MVP, right? So he was the best player this year on their team.
Right.
And so I don't know. I mean, I can definitely see what you're saying in terms of them not being able to win like let's say the Bulls or Golden State or San Antonio because the West is so tough with Cooper Flag in Dallas and Kyrie and Anthony probably going to stick around there for a couple more years. Durant's going to be in Houston with those guys for a couple more years. Denver now making some moves. Nikola Jokic isn't going anywhere, so they're going to be tough. If Dame Lillard now goes to Minnesota, like we're talking about here on GT 100, listen, now Minnesota is now right up there with them. So SGA, yeah,
Right up there with him.
SGA now has competition everywhere. One injury from that team could completely any team just puts you right out. That competition to be so good. Listen, I wasn't thinking about him going to Minnesota, but now that you've mentioned it, I'd definitely love to see Dame go to Minnesota because I just think it just makes it better with Cooper, with Kyrie, with Anthony, with Kevin Durant, with God.
That's strong. It's gonna be tough. You got to be tough in the West. You got to ball in the West. Dame to Minnesota, you got to ball in the West. Everybody got to ball. Can't take no days off. You can't. Can't take no nights off. You got to ball every night.
Yes, sir. So you're hearing it right here. James is thinking that Minnesota, that could be a place next year. Dame will be out, but the following year he can go wherever he wants. He's a free dude. He can go wherever. So if he chooses Minnesota, oh my goodness, with what's already there this upcoming year, this just makes things better in the West. So I'm kind of hoping that Dame does go out there with Anthony. That would be something to watch for an NBA fan. Not a Minnesota fan, but for an NBA fan, I would definitely love to tune in and see those dudes rock it up and go up against some of the topper teams in the West. That'd be great. Hopefully that happens. Now, let's talk about Giannis. Giannis, they got Kyle Kuzma. They go out and sign, before we get to Giannis, they go sign Miles Turner. Why?
Kyle Kuzma. You signed Kyle Kuzma. What did he do in the playoffs?
Nothing.
Oh, Giannis is in basketball purgatory right now. If he was smart, he would tell them to trade me. He in purgatory. They're
Yes.
not going nowhere. They're going to win nothing. They signed Miles Turner, 4 year, $107 million, and cut Damian Lillard, an all-star. I'm going to give you Miles Turner's stats in the playoffs. He averaged 13.8 points a game. Okay, 7-footer.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 4.8 rebounds a game. This is a 7-footer in the playoffs. And he averaged 2 blocks. And then Milwaukee, you go out and give him a 4-year, $107 million a year contract. The Pacers offered him $23 million a year. Milwaukee gave him $27 million a year. I just read you his stats. What were they thinking about? Giannis need to tell them to get me out of purgatory. Because that's what it is. Milwaukee is basketball purgatory right now.
And, he's younger than Brook Lopez, yes, but you need to put the ball in the hoop. He doesn't put the ball in the hoop. That's why it didn't make sense to me. I mean, yeah, he might be a center, but he does. Milwaukee losing. Okay, so I'll ask you this: where the heck are they going to get Dame's 25, 30 points a game? Where's that going to come from?
They feel like Gary Trent gonna give it to him,
No.
or Kevin Porter gonna give it to him. Giannis need to ask for a trade.
Yes.
In basketball purgatory. If he stay there, he's gonna be in purgatory for the rest of his career. His title that he got, that's all you're gonna get in Milwaukee, because that is basketball purgatory. The old school Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, and then let me just say this about Milwaukee, and this is just my feeling. Those guys, I don't think consistently can give you like Dame could. They can't give you 25. I mean, yeah, Porter, Trent might be able to do it, a couple of times here, but they consistently won't be the Robin that he needs, right? Like, who's going to be that second guy that can consistently get that 25 point above for you to be able to win games? So there's Trent Jr., there's Porter, there's Kyle Kuzma, there's Giannis.
Bobby Porter. They signed Bobby Portis.
Okay, Bobby Portis. So there's Bobby Portis, Trent Jr., correct? Kyle Kuzma, and Giannis. That's what we have over there, right? Because Brook Lopez is gone. Okay,
Brook is gone.
Okay, so Giannis is going to be, he's over 30. I don't know if he's 30, 31, but he
got to go, Gabe. He got to go.
Okay.
If he stay in Milwaukee, he's in purgatory. You won't win again.
Okay, so if he stays, which I don't think he will, but if he stays, because here's the deal, he's won a championship, so he wouldn't be, if he asked for a trade, right? He's already brought a championship here, so he's done something that LeBron didn't do, and he did something to KD, because they left Oklahoma City and Cleveland without winning a championship. So Giannis should look at this and say, okay, you drafted me, and I brought the championship here. He's done his work there. He's given them one. If he left, I think Milwaukee fans don't want him to go, but say, okay, we understand why he's leaving, right? It'd be understandable. Listen, James, I don't know that he goes, man. That guy's loyal to a T, man.
He's got to go. This is a trade for you. This is a trade for you, Gabe.
Okay.
This is a blockbuster trade for you. I'm going to trade Giannis for LeBron James. Let LeBron James go to Milwaukee. To the Lakers. See, the last player that won one championship for the Milwaukee Bucks, and he left for higher ground, was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He won a championship with Milwaukee and then left and went to the Los Angeles Lakers. So, Los Angeles Lakers, y'all ownership and general managers, y'all should just go ahead and trade LeBron to Milwaukee and bring Giannis to the Lakers. Ooh, good.
I mean, listen, the Lakers would definitely do that, but LeBron's got a no trade clause. I don't know if he's going to be able to say, "Hey, look, I want to go there." But I definitely understand a younger LeBron maybe, but LeBron's got that no trade clause, and it's going to say, "Nah, I don't think he's going to go down there." We're going to talk about LeBron.
It was a food for thought.
Oh yeah, absolutely, that would be great. Listen. So let's finish it up here with Giannis. Do you think Giannis goes or stays? I know that you're saying he needs to go, and I agree. But do you think that Giannis? What do you think he'll do? Do you think he'll say, "Look, after it's all said and done, You think he's going to look at it, all the pieces, and say, "Nah," because you and I already know.
You gotta go. You gotta go. He has no chance of winning a championship in Milwaukee for the next probably 10 years.
5 years. Well, for the rest of his career, if he stays there.
10.
Yeah.
10 years.
Do you so you think he'll make the decision to go?
You gotta go. You gave them a championship, it's time to move on. You don't owe them nothing else. You gave them everything. Now I got to go win. I got to solidify my legacy, and I can't do it in Milwaukee.
No, he's going to play the next 7. Yeah, he's going to play the next 7 years just playing, and maybe get to the first round, and he's gone. So let's get serious here. So he says, "Hey, look, I don't like the piece. I'm going. Where realistically do you think he can land? Because they're going to have to give up a lot to get Giannis out of there. Where could you see him possibly going?"
Well,
because
you know what? Let me tell you this. Oklahoma got a lot of draft picks, don't they?
They do. They do.
Chet Holmgren, send him to Milwaukee and send about 5, 6 draft picks. First round draft picks.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Oklahoma, that'd be a perfect fit for Giannis.
Ooh.
Perfect fit.
You're hearing it right here on GT 100, man. So if you're OKC, and so you pull the trigger because they got the assets, right? I'm bringing Giannis.
You got to. Ooh. That's about 3-4 championships.
Good. Yes.
In the next 7 years.
Yep. Listen, I'll pull the trigger too. If I know I can go get Giannis, hey, look, and look, if you're Milwaukee, that's what you want. You got to start over again, right? And Oklahoma City or San Antonio can give you what you want, right, to get Giannis. But I
heard that today. San Antonio said they're not even chasing Giannis.
Yeah, and I probably would. They're still a little ways off. Where OKC, they've already won a championship. So yeah, Giannis automatically puts them in the favorite to win the next 2 years. I mean, they could have a dynasty there with Giannis, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they can win. With Giannis there, they can win. With the team they got, I tell you, I will get Chet Holmgren. I give you a nice young player, but I get rid of him. The draft picks, if y'all want 6 first rounders, give it to them.
Yeah.
Out 9-time out NBA, 2-time MVP. To go along with SGA and Hartenstein and Dort and Williams.
Whoa. Now they just jump right back to the top, man.
That's terrible, man. That's unstoppable.
It is. That's scary. But look, if those talks start to materialize, man, if I'm OKC, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm pulling the trigger for Giannis. Oh, God, Giannis and SGA. My goodness, that's dangerous. Oh, my goodness. I wasn't thinking about that. But yeah, so we're going to keep going. And these are just things that we're talking about. So we ain't read some of this stuff about. That's just stuff that James and I talk about that we would love to see. So hopefully, I mean, because I think Giannis got to go too. I mean, if he stays there, it's crazy on his part to stay there because he won't win again. So this is his chance to get out until his contract is out. But for Milwaukee, you want to get something. You just don't want him to just leave, right? You want to be able to get something. Obviously, OKC, that would be a great fit for them. And they definitely have the draft pick to get this.
Enough assets to get a Giannis.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my goodness. That would oh my goodness. That would be crazy, right? That would be great to see. Hopefully that happens. And then let's talk about SGA and signing a 4-year, $285 max. James, the first player that in the NBA in history that's going to get $70+ million.
That's the first player in professional sports. Yeah, it's going to get $70 million.
Your thoughts?
Nobody ever in professional sports got $70 million a year. No football, basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey,
a season,
football, none of that.
Right. A season. Your thoughts, man. Your thoughts on what they did.
I think the young fella, he deserved it. Because really right now, SGA is the best player in the NBA. We talked before, and I didn't think they would get over the hump because I never watched too much of SGA. But once I watched him in the playoffs, I couldn't believe it. He is the best player in the entire NBA.
Yes.
Nobody's better than him. No, not Jokic, not Giannis, not Durant, not nobody, not AD, not Kyrie. Nobody in the NBA is better than that young fella. Never seen nobody take over the game like he take over the game. Outside, inside, mid range, can't stop him. And he's 6'6".
I my take is he won game four for them.
Four player.
Yeah, he won, game four. I said that, that was critical because in that NBA finals, in Indiana, they were down 2-1. If Indiana wins that game four and go up 3-1, it's over. Like it doesn't matter if they got two of the next three in OKC. I said, man, it's over.
He took over.
It was such a close game that in the fourth quarter, he showed why he's worth that 285 mil because he put the team on his back and he won game four for them, basically. He put him on the back and he won that game on the road. And when I saw that, I said, oh, it's over. I mean, I had Indiana, but it was over.
Role players. Yeah. Dort ain't no star. Williams wasn't no star. Chet Holmgren wasn't no star. Hardenstein wasn't no star. These role players. We talk about NBA champions winning with role players. He just done it. Even though a lot of teams was injured, but he still done it.
He did it. Look, it's the luck of the draw, right? It wasn't his fault. I'm out there playing, you get injured, my apologies, but I'm gonna go out there and kick your ass. He's gonna, there's those injuries and we can talk, but he just went out there and played against a team that he had to play up against who was injured, but he ended up winning. And man, look, that guy he's the best player right now.
He's the best player
in the NBA, absolutely. So
I'm talking about guard, big man, power forward, small forward. He's the best.
Kudos to him for getting that money. Over 70 million a season, and it's well deserved. I mean,
contract, he gets 76 million.
Wow. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Yeah, look, I'm gonna say this. He deserves it. OKC gave him the money, man. It's I can't argue against paying him that. I mean, he just brought you a championship. He's a young fella, balling out. I mean, he was Finals MVP. He was MVP of the season. He's a champion. I think he won like 3 or 4 trophies all in one season. I mean, the money is definitely, you can't argue against paying him that money. No one can. So
Kevin Durant at Oklahoma City. Kevin Durant, you had Russell Westbrook, who was an MVP. You had James Harden, who was an MVP, and you win in Oklahoma City. So that really your legacy right there. This young fella took the team, Oklahoma City, and won an NBA championship with role players. You had stars, Kevin Durant, and you couldn't win, so you went and joined the Golden State. But we're not talking about Kevin Durant right now. But I just got to continue to mention that.
Go ahead, man. Throw it in there. That's what we do. We just throw whatever comes to mind. Hey, look, if you feel like, talk about him.
Man, he done something in Oklahoma City that you couldn't do.
That's right.
So Kevin Durant, you're not gonna have no statue.
All right. Hey,
you ain't gonna have a statue. Kevin Durant, you not.
Listen, I mean, everything you're saying here is on point. SGA goes to OKC with a bunch of role players who are probably going to remain role players, right? And and got it done against in an era where superstars team up to try to win championships, right? He's still doing it the old school way. When you look back at Kevin Durant, OKC history, Kevin Durant couldn't do it with Harden, with Westbrook. Yeah. So no, that's a bad look for Durant. Yeah,
Steven Adams.
Yeah, Steven Adams, and these guys were young. So no, that's a bad look for Durant. When you say it, when we talk about it, right? Because we're just putting it out there. Durant ended up leaving, where SGA's already won one at a young age, and who knows, he might be able to bring 2 or 3 more to Oklahoma City before.
Giannis, he can do that
before his career ends. I mean, could he do what Tim Duncan did in the small market in San Antonio? Because if you look at OKC, they've got the role players that Tim Duncan had. SGA and Tim Duncan. Let's say he's Tim Duncan, right? Tim
Right.
Duncan won with role players. David Robinson was going after the first one. He won with some really good role players.
Good role
Now,
player.
yeah, and
Good
yeah,
players.
and SGA now has that
It's the
opportunity.
same way.
Right. So
But, but
wow, yeah, Kevin Durant, that's a bad look for you, man, and not
oh,
being
just
able to.
where the West is evolving right now, they got to get better because the West is getting
Oh
Cooper.
yeah.
I love Cooper Flag. I still say at the end of his career, he's gonna be one of the top 3 ball players
Mhm.
that pick basketball in the NBA. Then you got Kyrie. Then we'll see what Kevin Durant gonna do. We'll see if you can be a leader because you haven't been a leader yet. You wasn't even a leader at Golden State. You wasn't a leader at Brooklyn. You wasn't a leader at Phoenix. But they're getting better. You know, Dame Dollar. I'm gonna call you up. Minnesota. Get there.
Hey, look, I love suggesting that he go there. I think that would be great, and it's better for the NBA. Can you imagine how many people would be watching that? And so I just
That'd
look,
be
you're right, you're right. As you know, Oklahoma City won it this year, but they can't be comfortable because the West is just so tough. It is just so tough.
West got tougher.
Yeah.
The
So
West, ain't nobody worry about the Lakers though. Luka Doncic. You're not gonna play no defense. So you score 30, your opponent gonna score 50. So we're not worried about the Lakers.
no, and let's talk about the Lakers. LeBron James opt into his final year of his contract, 52.6 million. James, what does that say to you when you heard or read or saw that LeBron had because the ownership had come out, the new ownership and said, look, we're going to build it around Luca. And so then LeBron opts in, which is something I think they said he had never done. When you read that or saw that, what was your first thought?
LeBron is gonna get $52 million. So he went and got that $52 million because LeBron, you're not winning no more championships. You're not winning more championships. You really, I'm gonna let all these LeBron fans know who think he's the GOAT.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's probably the 5th or 6th best Laker of all time. Of all time. He's not better than Kareem. He's not better than Magic. He's not better than Kobe. He's not better than James Worthy. He's not better than Rick Barry. Do I need to keep going?
Mm.
Do I need to keep going? You're not one of the best players of Lakers all time. You not. You won 1 championship during the coronavirus era.
Yeah.
So why would y'all give him 52 million? Don't nobody even want to play with LeBron James. Who wants to play with LeBron James? When LeBron James, when the Lakers found out they was gonna sign LeBron James, Julius Randle left.
Mm-hmm.
Signing, because I'm not gonna play with him. Kyle Kuzma wanted to leave. Kyrie Irving left.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook left. Don't nobody want to play with LeBron. So why would you give him 52 million? Because you're loyal to him.
Yeah.
Why would you be loyal to LeBron when he's never gonna get a statue nowhere? He never get a statue in Cleveland. You won one championship in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get one in LA. You won one in LA. You're not gonna get no statue in Milwaukee, Miami.
Yeah.
Wayne Wade got a statue.
Yeah, that's Dwayne's.
So who was LeBron James?
And James, that was the reason why when he came in with all that hype, I didn't like the movement. I didn't like LeBron going and teaming up with it because you're LeBron James. People should come want to play with you, right? Not with them. And I'm gonna go out because look, everything I'm reading and what I'm reading tells me.
Tell me how it is, Gabe. Tell me how it is.
To me, he's gone. The Lakers are going to get rid of him. They're either going to trade him or tell him, after this year, you're not coming back. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't think LeBron James is going to say, okay, I'm just going to sit here and be a role player for Luka Doncic. That's not what his career is built on, right? He's still LeBron James. He still feels he can give a couple more years to this, to the NBA, to the game. I mean, he may want to play with his other son. I mean, I don't know what his um ideas, what his thinking is, but the writing's on the wall. This is Luka Doncic's team, right? So I'm just gonna come out. I'm not a Lakers fan, but I'm reading a lot. For Luka to feel, if the new owner and ownership come in and say, listen, this is Luka's team, and they're saying this is Luka's team. For Luka to feel that, LeBron got to be gone, man.
Gotta go.
How is that going to be Luka's team when LeBron's still there? That doesn't work.
Oh, the owner said that we building around Luka.
Yeah,
We're gonna give you this contract, LeBron, but this your last one.
yeah, yeah,
That's what he's telling.
yeah.
The Dodgers, the owner of the Dodgers, they own the Lakers. He don't play. He do not play.
No,
He
and
do not.
he's not going to build around a 41 year old. It just doesn't make sense to me either, right?
Right.
So, okay, so we're saying, so I'm saying, I think for it to be Luka, for Luka to feel and put his handprint all over the Staples Center and moving forward, this is our guy. LeBron got to go, right? He's got to go. So do you think LeBron's going to be gone?
You got. I'm gonna tell you, LeBron is really in the way because I'm gonna tell you, Dalton Connect put Luke at the point, Dalton Connect at the shooting guard. Man, they gonna be nice, but they can't play Dalton Connect out of Tennessee because LeBron in the way.
Yeah, yeah,
And you put them two. I like Dalton Connect from Tennessee. Hell of a shooter, hell of a baller. But LeBron is in the way. Man, get your 50 million and go.
yeah.
Get rid of him. It's time to go. Go to the Warriors and be with the other senior citizens.
Oh wow, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Look.
Go with the other
Let's say this, right? Okay. If I'm looking at the owner, if I'm the owner of the Lakers, or I'm at the table listening to him, and we're talking about, okay, moving forward, how do we become competitive? Let's say this: the new owner of the Los Angeles Lakers understands how tough the West is right now. He sees Minnesota, he sees OKC, he sees what Houston has done, he sees what Dallas is going to become. He
but
sees
then
that young San Antonio team building these young guns. So he's saying, I don't need a 41-year-old. I can't build around him, right? Like, thank you for everything you've done for the NBA, that one championship with the Lakers, but there's no reason to keep you. And we sure as heck ain't gonna pay you 50 because we're not winning. We're not gonna win a championship with you in LA. That's not gonna happen. So he gotta go. He's gonna go. Where does he go, James? Where does he go? Where does he go?
hey,
New York? Does he go to New York?
where he go, Gabe. I'm gonna tell you where he go. I used to go to this horse racing track in Washington State called Long Acres. It was a horse racing track. I used to go watch horses race. And when those old horses can't win no more, they go out to the pastures.
Mm.
LeBron James, you like an old horse race, like an old horse that race professionally. Go out to the pastures, retire. That's where you go home. After the 52 million, go home because nobody is really gonna want to play with you. Go home, retire, man. You're 41. Go out to the patches and graze that grass. Enjoy your billions. Have fun with your family, but go. It's time to go.
If 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 let's just I'm just throwing this out here, just thinking. That's what we do here. We do some crazy stuff here, right? But if the Lakers ownership called New York and said, "Hey, look, he's got 52 point whatever million here. We'll trade him to you. Let's make a deal." If
But
you
who?
if you're New York, do you give up some of? Well, I don't know. I don't think you can give up a lot. I don't think the Lake. I
New
don't
York,
think.
I know. They got World Wide West in New York. He's not doing that.
Okay.
World Wide West not doing that in New York. We're not going to give up this young talent with somebody 41.
Okay. Because look, I'm thinking you can't really ask for the house. He's 41. But LeBron can still help a team play. I mean, let's be honest here. He's still playing
Who
pretty
can he
good.
help? What team can he help, Gabe?
I think whatever team he goes to, he's still playing at a high level. I mean, I think if you're watching basketball, you're seeing he's not rusted up at 41. I mean, he
Okay,
can't carry a he
you
can't
can't
carry
who
he,
can he help?
he can't carry a team. I think the team is trying to get there. I mean, New York can't get there, and there's no guarantee that this team right here, the way it's
You
built, is
play
going
talent in New York for
to.
somebody 41.
Well, let's look at it this way. If New York gets to the finals next year, do you think they're good enough to beat the finals from the East, from the West? I don't. I don't give a damn who's coming from the West. They ain't beating the West.
But you know, with the team that they got, I don't know, Gabe.
No.
You know, New York had a monster squad, but they had Thibodeau. They had Tom Thibodeau. It's all about the coaching. It's all about the coaching. You
Hey,
better look
so they got a coach that hasn't
at
won a championship. Okay.
it's young. It's young.
Okay. Now
Hey,
Brown, okay. Okay. So we'll put it out here. Brown hasn't won as a head coach either. As a matter of fact, he hasn't. I mean, he's been a head coach before. He's got championship pedigree as an assistant, but he hasn't done nothing that Tibbs hasn't done.
but he
He ain't
hasn't
won a championship.
as he had that he got now.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a chance, but there's no guarantee. I think New York can come out of the East. I'm not so sure they can beat the West. I don't think they can.
I don't know if they can beat the West, but I really feel I'm still stuck on Cleveland and New York battling for the East because of the
No,
you know
no doubt about that. So there's so
Boston is out of it. You got rid of your center and you got rid of Drew. So y'all pretty much out of it. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum ain't gonna lead their team to no more NBA finals. They not. Y'all might as well sign Al Horford and be, for sign him again, sign Al Horford again. Because y'all don't have nothing. Indiana, y'all don't even have a center now because Miles Turner left and went to Milwaukee. And then Halliburton's gonna be out all year. So y'all don't have nothing. Okay, Orlando Magic, y'all got Devin Bain. But if you know about Devin Bain, when Memphis was playing Golden State in the play-in, Desmond Bain was nowhere to be found. So we already know about you. When John Morant was out, Desmond Bain, you couldn't lead that team. Y'all still losing. So you're not a leader.
Okay.
Shout out to home up at Canton Road.
Right.
Shout out to Washington, another Washington State product. Shout out. But y'all not ready. Cleveland and New York.
I think they are. So you think LeBron plays out his final year in LA and then he's out?
So when he plays his final year, get rid of him, let him go.
But no trade. No.
What have you done for LA?
Okay.
What have you done? Be honest, Gabe. What has LeBron done since the coronavirus days? What has he done?
Nothing.
What?
He got close to the Western Conference. I think that 1 year, a couple years ago, but that was it. He got beat by Denver. Yeah, but I mean, he hasn't been close to winning a championship.
Exactly.
And he won't. And he won't.
If you was LA, if we tell you I want another two-year, $100 million contract, would you give it to him?
No.
Exactly.
No, I'm not giving it to him, and that's why I don't. And look, James. The other part of this about LeBron. If I'm LeBron, I don't know why LeBron would want to stay in LA. I don't know why I would want to stay in LA. You basically you're telling me
giving him $52 million, Gabe. No other team's gonna give him $50 million.
Well, no, I understand that part. I mean, he's trying to rake in the money, 52 million.
Yeah.
50, he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire.
But you're still trying to stack him.
I know. And you know what that tells me right there? You know what that tells me? All this talk when he opted into that 52 point whatever it was million that he wanted to get here, and he's a billionaire already. You know what that told me? When I hear Rich Paul or I hear all those people, LeBron, it's all about a championship. It's not about a championship. It's not about a championship. He don't care. It's about money. He don't care about championship because if
No,
he
it's
did,
about
he'd be gone. Because the writing on the wall is stating, we're telling you in a very nice way. This is Luka's team already. In a very nice way, we're telling you we're building around Luka.
right on the wall.
So you really don't have a say. We don't want you in the office telling us what you. It doesn't matter what you want.
We
We're not
bring
listening.
Luka in the office, not you.
Yeah, we're looking to Luka.
Not you.
So you then opt in to say, okay, I know I'm going to be gone, so I'm going to take more money. I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing,
I'm
but
gonna
it's
take
not
care
a.
of
But
50
but it,
no matter, I'm gonna take the 52 million.
right.
But ain't no other NBA team gonna give you that much money.
They're not. They're not. He
You
and
go to the senior citizen Golden State Warriors, you definitely not gonna get that money.
no one's going to pay him 52. So I don't blame him for going in there and getting the money. But if it's really about a championship, if it's really about this GOAT debate, right? And one of these days we're going to debate that here. But but if it's about
nothing about to go. We
yeah,
don't.
but if it's about championships and if it's about him wanting to win, he knows he's got another year wasted there because he ain't gonna do nothing in LA. So
like $2 million though, so I'm all right.
No, it's true. 52 million for a billionaire wants more money. I mean, there's never billionaires continue to want more money. 52 million is a lot of money. But I just think that LeBron is not chasing rings because the last 3 or 4 years getting that money, he knew that LA with Anthony Davis was never going to win a championship. He knew that.
That's another one. Anthony Davis, he super happy that he in Dallas.
Oh heck yeah! Oh God, yes. Now
that's another one.
Oh God, yes.
Get away from LeBron.
Well, he's got a chance to win another championship with Kyrie and Cooper now. So I mean, no, listen,
I like that squad, man. Clay, D. Russell. I like that pickup. Dallas got a D. Russell.
Oh, I know.
Russell now. D. Russell wanted to leave LA because he ain't like playing with LeBron.
Yeah.
D. Russell ain't no pressure on D. Russell right now. And then once Kyrie come back, him and D. Russell can play that point, and Kyrie can play that off guard. Man, they gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Look out for Dallas too, though. In the next year, 2 years, look out for Dallas.
That's why we're talking about this whole thing.
Dallas. But Oklahoma City, look out for Dallas.
Oh yeah.
They ain't looking no more. They got Cooper.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm already gonna buy me a Cooper flag a jersey. You're gonna be seeing me wear it here with the Mavs.
220, 230. Got handles like a point guard, jump like a shooting guard, shoot like Curry at 6'9".
Look, I think the Lakers. I think there's still a possibility they trade LeBron, but I don't think I don't think I think they want to, but I don't think anybody's going to want to pay that 52 million.
Give up 5 first-round draft picks for LeBron.
I don't know that you give away that. I think if in my opinion, if they're looking to trade LeBron, I think the Lakers know that they can't get nothing like that back. LeBron's 41. Right. So they're not going to get that back. I think for the Lakers, it's just getting rid of that and not wanting to pay him the 52. Because look, if you're the Lakers right this year, you're paying them for what? You're not, you probably will get in the play-in tournament if that. Yeah.
I mean, championship.
Yeah, you want to get rid of him because I'm paying you 52.8 or whatever it is million. We're probably going to make the play-in tournament. That ain't going to be a top 18.
You might even make that. How strong the West got, you might make that.
Right. So this is, yeah.
Vanderbilt, Hisarama, whatever his name is, Reeves, Bronny James.
Oh no.
Vincent. Come on, man.
No. Come on. Yeah. Look, the Lakers are in a mess. And if they can't trade LeBron this year, this is his last year, and then I think he goes somewhere else if he still wants to play. But I don't see.
He in the way. LeBron is in Dalton Connect way.
Yeah, I don't see him.
You in his way.
I don't see him.
They ready to get rid of him.
I don't see him with the Lakers next year, but I think there's a way. I still think they'll try to trade him. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the Lakers definitely in a mess. They got to regroup and restart all over again. They're going to do that with Luka Doncic. Let's go to the Clippers.
I just seen something today, Gabe. All the Lakers got is a 31st and a 32nd round.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing. Yeah. I mean,
how you deal with that?
You're not. You're not because you hung around.
Hey,
You kept LeBron too long, too
yeah,
long.
held to LeBron too long.
You know,
You
and
know, they was turning over in his grave behind Jenny Bus, behind his daughter.
well, that's
You
why they sold it
know,
for 10 billion.
I think,
They understand that they cannot win a championship. They know
no,
they did the right thing. And look, they got $10 billion, man. I mean, God, they no one's gonna feel sorry for them. But I think the writing's on the wall for LeBron.
yeah,
We'll see if he retires after this year or if he tries to go to
he
another team.
don't retire, be with your family.
Yeah,
Because really, you're not getting no 40, 50 million no more, man.
no,
Do
no,
it, do a Tom Brady, man. Go ahead and walk out. You won't walk out a winner, but just walk out.
no, yeah, no. I don't see a
Walk
team
out.
paying them that much money. No way.
No.
Um, let's go to the Clippers now. The Clippers, the other LA team, who they signed Hart to an extension. Hart's been playing pretty good as of late, right? They still got Kawhi Leonard out there, but realistically, what can this team do as far as competing against these younger teams that we've been talking about? Where do you see the Clippers next year?
I'm not giving James Harden no 2-year, $81 million contract. I'm not. If you're the Clippers, that's what he eligible for. James Harden, 2-year, $81 million.
He got it.
They signed it.
They signed him. Mhm.
Where was you at in the playoffs?
Let me see. Yeah, they signed him 81.5 million 2 year.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The Clippers, y'all right along with the Lakers. Y'all doomed. Kawhi, you've been injured too much. Your game, you can't keep up with these young fellas right now. You can't. Had too many injuries. James Harden, you chasing the bag. What they call the bag. You chasing the bag. The playoffs, where was you at? Again, lost.
Mhm.
I like the center they got. Then the Clippers go sign Brook Lopez. I said, what are y'all going? What y'all gonna do with Brook Lopez? He, he in the West, the most strongest conference in the NBA.
Mhm.
You couldn't even dominate the East. You in the West. And
With some good
y'all
centers.
hmm?
With some good centers. Victor Wembanyama, Young,
I'm
Chet
trying to tell
Holmgren.
you in the West.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
the boy Houston, got the boy at Denver.
Alperen Sengun. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's got competition up here. It ain't like the East. You're absolutely
yeah.
right.
East. It's not like the East, man.
I don't
Yeah,
think the Clippers got better,
and another
James.
thing I'm gonna tell you, he's supposed to sign with the Lakers, but he didn't want to play with LeBron, so he took less money to sign with the Clippers. Yeah, there we go again. Don't nobody want to play with LeBron.
And I don't know that the Clippers got any better
No, they didn't.
as of now. I mean, I don't see they re-signed some of their players, but Kawhi was pretty healthy all year last year and played, and they still couldn't compete. Denver's going to get a little bit better. I see the Clippers and the Lakers. You and I have talked. The old schoolers, they're done.
They
Golden
done.
State. I
Kawhi
mean,
done. James Harden, you done. Brook Lopez, you done.
I think
Y'all got what's that Don dude? What's his name? Don. I can think his first name, his last name Don. Y'all got him starting. Y'all done, man. Okay, you done. You old players becoming dinosaurs in the NBA.
it's a young
I'm telling you that. They're becoming dinosaurs.
it's a young man's team. It's a young man's team, man. And you're seeing and Minnesota's getting better around. They're building around Anthony Edwards. They're keeping the players that they need around their star. Look, let's look at it this way. Minnesota, you're looking at what they're signing. They're keeping Julius Randle. They're putting these players to stay competitive for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
SGA doing the same thing at OKC. Look at Dallas now with Cooper Flag falling down to them. I mean, you
They
think
got
Kyrie, you think Kyrie's going to go anywhere or Anthony? Yeah. Okay.
come on.
So let's look at it this way, James. So if you're Kyrie and you're
D
Clay, and if you're those guys and you're looking at Cooper Flag, if you're gonna for the remainder, I would say this for the remainder of Kyrie's career, Anthony Davis's career, Klay Thompson's career, They ain't going nowhere. They know what they got with Cooper Flag. They've got an opportunity there to win. Clay can add more. Anthony Davis can add more, and Kyrie can add more championships with Cooper Flag.
I'm always ride with Kyrie. Shout out to Kyrie Irving.
Mm,
I went to school with his mama, Liz Lawson.
there you go.
Peace, Liz Lawson. Tacoma, Washington, Lincoln High School. Kyrie Irving's mom. Shout out to Kyrie and Liz.
There you go. There you go. Kyrie, there you go. I mean, I told you that James knew some people, man. He was a baller back in the day, man. He knows some dudes, and he knows more. And hopefully, as we continue, he'll tell you some of the stories like he told me off air that he went down in college and who he was hanging out. Some of these guys made it all the way to the NBA, but that's awesome. But listen, so we're gonna say here the Clippers done.
They done.
They're done.
They done. The Clippers, Kyrie, like I said, Leonard, he's too many injuries.
And he's getting older.
You one injury away from being out for the whole year. Okay, James Harden, your best years was in Houston. You was garbage for Brooklyn. You was garbage in Philadelphia with Joel Embiid. You couldn't do nothing. Now you with the Clippers, playoffs, you disappeared again. I don't know. Gabe, we was born in the wrong generation. We'd have been 15 years later, we'll be getting that money, Gabe. Wouldn't it be on podcast? We'll be signing contracts.
We would. And you know what? I think you're gonna be sad about this one, but it seems like the Lakers are gonna sign DeAndre Ayton.
I wanted DeAndre Ayton to go to the Mavericks.
Yeah, he's signing $16.6 million to Lakers. So it says DeAndre Ayton reportedly agrees to 2-year, $16.6 million Lakers contract after Blazers buyout. So I want to get your thoughts because you and I had talked a lot.
I like that. Don't get me wrong. I like that signing. Get rid of LeBron and y'all be all right. Start over fresh. You have Dr. Kane, Luka, and DeAndre Ayton. You got 3 young players. Get rid of LeBron.
Oh, they're going to.
And start over fresh. That's a good pick for the Lakers. Me, honestly, that I see them as a 6th seed now. I see them with DeAndre Ayton.
Mm-hmm. They needed a center. They got a good one.
Yeah. He's 25, 26.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to him and let him know what being a center for the Los Angeles Lakers really means.
Yeah, that was a good pickup for the Lakers. Look, all the stuff that they're moving on, LeBron is going to be out. So that's a good move for them going in with Luka. They needed a center. They got a great center. We seen what he did. Took him to the NBA Finals. So you got a Booker, you got a Luka. So this was a really good pick, I think, for it. I remember this morning when I woke up and I was reading, I said, why haven't the Lakers, as the day was progressing and I was checking my Twitter, I was like, why are the Lakers waiting? This makes so much sense to go sign them now. So I couldn't understand what the Lakers were waiting for, right? And now it just crossed over here as I'm looking. So he's going to.
So I seen this morning that they was looking to sign him this morning. Early this morning, I seen it this morning.
And they finally come through.
That's where he was gonna go. Cause if you're a center, man, a young center, why would you want to go to the Lakers? Kareem, Big Shaq,
mm-hmm.
Story franchise.
This is going to be great. Let's jump into the Houston Rockets. You told me earlier that you saw their lineup today. Tell me what you think about their lineup.
They got a good lineup. They got a good shooting guard, a good point guard, Jabari Smith. He probably gonna be the power forward. They center is tight. Kevin Durant could possibly play small forward. They got a nice squad, but let's just see how they gonna play together.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing because you have to understand, Kevin Durant. Honestly, you have to take a back seat to these players because they made it to the second round without you. So you got to take a second seat and learn your place on this team. Don't come on trying to take over because you're 37, 38. These youngsters made it to the second seed of the West. So come in there, play your role. And I think with that team, you know, they can make some noise. They can make some noise. If Durant can be a veteran leader.
That's been the key for Durant as a leader. We know he can ball.
I'm gonna shake everybody's hand and pick everybody up off the court, and be friendly with everybody and smile and laugh. Why you smiling and laughing? They busting your ass. Why you smiling and laughing? And Anthony Edwards did. You smiling and laughing, he busting your ass.
Yep. Hey, Larry Bird said, man, and Magic said that Pat Riley told his Lakers back in the 80s, you ain't picking up the opponent. They're on the ground. That they stayed there.
Yeah.
And Magic came out and said, we ain't picking them up. And Larry Bird said he didn't want to pick them up. So that's how they played back then. They didn't give out an edge, man. You ain't on my team. You ain't wearing the green. I ain't picking your ass up. Ah, man, that was balling back then.
When you played for Rockport High School, you knocked somebody down. Did you pick them up?
No. I know. It's an edge, man. It's mental, right? It's just mental part. It's where you're at. It's the mental part of the game. You're in a game. You're trying to win, right? We're not friends here. We'll be friends afterwards. We ain't friends today. We're competing. I'm trying to kick your butt. You're trying to kick mine. Listen, I like them. I'm gonna agree with you. I think, but you know, it's gonna be interesting to see if they can play together. And Durant, has to elevate them. He does. He has to put this team on his shoulder because they got him to be able to be the guy. If it's in a close game, you got to take over in the fourth. Now, he doesn't necessarily need to do all the work. He has to lead because he's got some guys. He's got some really good guys, and he's got some great players around him. They don't need like I think when I look at that lineup, they can win without Kevin Durant. They're good. They can win a lot of games in the regular season without Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant just needs to understand when it's time to take over. You're the guy. You're the guy that can really take them home. Out of that whole lineup there, Kevin Durant is the guy that they're going to say, take us home. And he has to be able to take them home. Houston.
Phoenix home. So how you going to take Houston home? You could take Phoenix home.
Well, that's going to be the biggest part of this. If he can, that's the thing with Kevin Durant is if he can't do that, he's gonna be criticized. That's his role here. His role is, hey, look, these guys can stay in the game. He's got shooters and he's got defenders, but when it's time to make that shot, you're the best guy on that court still. He's the best guy on that. Those five guys that Houston's gonna have, if he's on there, he's the best guy to take that shot. And he's got to take them home. If he can't do that, then they're going to continue to criticize him. Those two.
To criticize him, because if you can't lead this team, you got big finals, man.
You're in trouble.
Bandwagon jumper.
Yeah.
You go to state bandwagon with Clay in his prime and Steph in his
prime and Draymond
and Green in his prime.
Yeah. If he doesn't win a championship with Houston, and I think this is his last go around, his last chance right here. If he can't win a championship, the only two championships in his career are going to be at Golden State, and that's going to be bad for him.
That's going to tarnish his legacy.
It is because he won it with guys that had already won it before. They didn't need him. He needed Golden State to win those two and put on his resume. Golden State didn't need Durant. Now they'll take him, but they didn't need him. We already won championships without you. So if he doesn't.
For this certain amount of money, so we'll take him.
Yeah. I mean, because they knew, but they didn't need him. Durant needed him. Yeah. If he doesn't win another championship, it's really going to tarnish his legacy. I do definitely agree with you. Let's go over to the East Side, James, and let's talk about a team that you and I have never really talked about a lot. And I've been reading up on them, and that's the Atlanta Hawks. Quietly.
Atlanta Hawks. Shout out to Quinn Snyder.
Your boy.
Washington, Mercer Island High School.
Yep.
Class of 1985.
Yep.
85 high school championships. I was with Quinn in 1985. Yep. Shout out to Quinn Snyder. Atlanta, yep. I feel like Porzingis, he can bring something to the table. They got Jalen Johnson a great young athlete at power forward. Great young athlete. You got Trae Young. You got Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
As I look at it, y'all could be with all the injuries that's going on right now in the East. I think they probably can creep up to about fourth.
Ooh, I think so too.
They creep fourth.
It's a team we don't talk about a lot, but they're making some moves quietly over there. That's a team that we're not talking about a lot. Pay attention to them. I think they're going to make some noise, especially with the injuries. We're talking about Cleveland, New York. Let's not forget Atlanta. Atlanta's there.
Yeah.
I think they can do some damage. Listen, the NBA is going to be great. Our hour is up. It's great. James and I wanted to come in and just talk NBA today, man. There's still a lot more moves that we need to talk about. But we're going to be making predictions here as well. So, when the football season comes up, the NFL will definitely in the next couple of weeks, as things start heating up, we're definitely going to be talking about the NFL, but we're going to be making predictions. So these games are played on Thursdays and then they're played on Sundays and Mondays. And so we'll come on and we're going to be making predictions right here, James, on all the teams. So we're going to keep track of James's record, of my record. We'll see how much we read, how much we know about football. And then we're going to post the polls up on the GT100 Facebook and Twitter page. So we definitely want you to go in to those pages and definitely participate. We want to know who you think is going to win. But right here, every week during the NFL season, we're definitely going to be making our predictions, and we'll even do some predictions of the top games in college. So it's going to be great. We definitely hope you guys will continue to tune in. Right now, we're pre-recording, but once we get ready to go, we're definitely going to be going live. We've got some music that's coming that we're going to add to the podcast. We've got some videos, some intros that James has been working on. So we got some people that we know that can definitely add some stuff and make us look more professional. So we've got other guys that are working on some of this stuff to clean up some of the back noise that we have. So we're definitely working. We're putting some money in. We're definitely putting time, as you can see, to definitely make this podcast more professional. And we hope that people will tune in and carry a conversation with us. Like I say, we go from football to basketball. We talk baseball. We can talk softball. We can talk boxing. We can talk UFC. James and I just talk about the headlines. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're definitely going to be back tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll let you know if we will be on Friday, since it's 4th of July. We'll let James make that call. If James says, hey, we're coming on at 4, we're coming on at 4. If he says, no, then we'll see you on Monday. But we definitely are scheduled to be back tomorrow. So, James, I'll give you the final word, man. Anything you want to say before we call it a day?
Now, the final word, Gabe, is what I seen this morning on the morning news. This is the final word, Gabe. I seen this morning on the morning news. Man, you have a lot of young kids, young adults, and elderly people, who don't have a meal to eat every day. So what we gonna do on our platform, we're gonna start this, me and Gabe. We would like all our fans who tune in to at least donate 3 cans, 1 meat, and 2 vegetables to the food bank to help those who can't afford food.
Definitely, James. That's great. You and I, I'll just say this. We've talked a lot. Both of us know what that's like growing up. We've talked about what we've seen and the way we grew up. And we definitely want to be a part. When we do these podcasts, we definitely work hard to get sponsorships and stuff. I do other podcasts as well, but it's always about giving back. And that's one thing I said when I started doing this. Once we get going, a lot of what we make is going to go back to help young athletes that the podcast do in high school. But as James is saying, to go back and help, because as much as we love sports and as much as we get caught up with that, we can never forget, James, there are people out there in this world who need help, and we can never forget. And if everybody pitches in, and I've always said this, if everybody pitches in and does their part, then we can help a lot of families. So definitely, thank you for saying that here on the podcast. And I hope you'll continue, and we'll continue to talk about that. And like you said, if you guys want to donate, James, where do they do that? Who do they give it to?
Christie Food Bank.
Corpus Christi.
Go to Corpus Christi Food Bank.
There you go.
Donate 3 cans of vegetables, 2 cans of vegetables, 1 can of meat. It's probably like $5. Let's help the youth, the young kids, and the families and the elderly families that's struggling. Let's help them. We are Americans. Americans help Americans. So let's do our part and help each other out.
Absolutely. And I've been to that the food bank there in Corpus Christi, and they do a lot of great work. That's awesome, James. Thank you very much. This will be uploaded here in about 30 minutes. And then, James, we'll be back tomorrow at 4, and then we'll make the decision about Friday.
That's us.
We are
361.
There you go.
100 sports.
There you go. GT 100. We'll be back tomorrow at 4. Have a great evening. Hope you like this podcast, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. James, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning.
All right.
Sir, have a good one.